Hello, everybody! Welcome to the first episode of Super Gamekast 2. I am one of your hosts, Bronson Fiore, joined by the awesomest, the radliest of duders, Mr. Aaron Reynolds.
Hey, how's it going?
Been a long time since this has been a thing.
It has literally been years.
It warms my heart to be back. It's like, you know, when you go back home and you have that old blanket and you just fucking give it a hug and just, it's all warm and cozy.
I think I know what you're getting at.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know who the hell we are, which I'm sure I'd say that's a large chunk of the internet, because according to any analytics I've ever read, the most people who've ever watched our shit is about 100,000 people.
Okay.
So, hey.
Let's start.
Yeah, we're starting out clean on an old channel. Real great idea.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Bronson Fiore.
Bronson Fiore, how are you doing?
I'm good. I've been in the game industry in some capacity, mostly writing and podcasting since professionally 2011, period 2008.
Yep.
And then you professionally from like 2011 to what, like 2014?
At the very latest. I want to say it started a little before that.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, because we hired John right after you, which was in 2014.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and that company that we were at, things didn't go the things we planned, and your other game industry aspirations didn't go as well as planned for you.
Nope.
And then, funnily enough, my backups had stuff happen at them. So now we are both men without a country.
But you know what? That's how we started.
Yeah, and we were like, and I was just like, "Hey, Aaron, do you remember that dumbass podcast we used to do? Yeah, why don't we just do that? That was fun.
That was cool. I enjoyed doing that.
Yeah, I enjoyed not having to respond to like 30 emails every Monday morning.
We were just playing Halo 3. We were just messing around with free webs.
Yeah, freaking Podomatic.
Oh my god, Podomatic.
Because fucking YouTube couldn't host more than a 15-minute video at the time.
Yep.
So there's no way I was chopping up 2 hours of podcasting into 15-minute videos.
God.
But no, there was what was it? God, yeah. So, you know, like, I feel like I'm a little more experienced than you are, but you definitely, like, you were probably one of the strongest games writers I've ever met.
I appreciate that.
And like, I got to meet, like, you know, the biggest of the big, and I still, like, would read their shit, and I'm like, Aaron's stuff is better.
Aww.
Like,
my heart is as warm as your old blanket.
Oh, yeah, because it actually, like, occasionally I would just be like, oh, fuck, dude, like, I feel like you were like the Barry Sanders, like, you retired too young, like,
I gotta say, I looked back on some of my old writing, and honestly, I think I could do a lot better now. I'm sure you could. Just like how I look back at some of my old stuff and I think, like, what the fuck was I thinking? Yep.
But, like, I don't know. Like, some of that old stuff holds up really well, though, too, on the other side of it.
There was potential.
Yeah.
There was promise.
But yeah, so, like, I hung around and I went to a bunch of E3s and a couple PAXs, and I fucking did the whole media thing for little to no money.
Yep.
One of my things ended up on Destructoid, and then I did some stuff that ended up on N4G. And yeah, so, but you know, all of our shit imploded, and we were like, well, here we are.
It's time to get back to our roots.
Yep, which is funny because Anthony is actually going back to his this exact same weekend. For the 4 of you who followed us, Anthony is starting a Let's Play with Ray of Fire Emblem.
Oh, good for him.
So, you know, I'm not sure when it's going to launch, but keep an eye out for Roving Dumpster Fire on YouTube.
Good.
But yeah, so anyway, we're just a couple of jackasses who like to talk about video games on the internet.
Yeah.
That's kind of short of it.
We spent more time than we honestly should, and it's too late now.
Yeah, like at this point, it's just like, well, what else am I going to do?
Right.
It's like literally, like I looked at my resume and like I can basically go do this or be a community manager. Like, that's it. That's all I got.
Yep.
You know, maybe PR if I spin it well enough.
Mm-hmm. God.
God.
Well, what should we do? Should we go back and explore the beginnings of this, of what Gamekraft was?
Yeah. So Gamekraft, we'll do a brief rundown before we get into the press conference.
Yeah. This was one hell of a week to start a new gaming podcast.
Yeah. We have great timing as always, man.
Always and forever.
Yeah. So we in 2008, you moved far away to Maryland. When I was in lovely Reno, Nevada. And I wanted to stay in touch with you because you were a homie. You were super cool. You still are super cool.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, and we were listening to the Giant Bombcast, or at least I was, and I was trying to, I turned you on to it. And I was just like, dude, we could totally do a blog and a podcast. And we could totally do a blog and a podcast.
Yes.
And that's how, and then a prior blog started.
I was going to say, I thought we had started this just a little earlier when we started to realize that I was going to be moving and we had been playing Halo.
Right, so like you moved, but we made a website under a different name, which I forget what it was.
Was that Patriots of Gaming?
Yeah, I think that was it. Because we were really high on the Metal Gear train at the time.
Yeah.
Which that's a good high.
That was primarily you, but I eventually joined the train the moment I got my PS3. So,
yeah. No, that was
a time.
Yeah, so we made that, and then that turned out to be a wash. And then I started talking with Anthony Talmore,
yep.
Who is a production wizard. Even then, he was a production wizard.
Compared to what we were bringing to the table.
Yeah, and especially now. Like, that dude.
Right.
God. So, and he, in one weekend, went in and we rebranded and fixed everything to Gamekraft. And then just kind of podcasted for a year and a half and did what we could. And I noticed that we were kind of getting a following. We were one of the top, 20 podcasts on Podomatic. And, we'd always kept getting capped for bandwidth. And we were in college, so we couldn't afford to do anything about it. But,
right.
So it's I kind of decided, oh, hey, let's shop us around a little bit.
Yep.
And we ended up at a website who, at the time, was really booming. They were going to their first E3. They had about 100 to 200,000 a month monthly traffic. They had a front man who was going to be the Ryan Seacrest of video games.
I don't know what that means, but yeah, all right.
Yeah. And we were there for a while, we put in a lot of good work. We made a lot of cool shit happen. We went to events, but it wasn't growing at a rate we wanted. And then when and then you left, and for a couple of years it was kind of growing at a rate we wanted. We were getting review codes, we were getting invited to a lot of events and shit.
You finally got rid of me, and all of a sudden things looked up.
Not really, no, because Anthony and I were unhappier. But we liked John and we liked Ray and and Ray and I worked at a similar job at one point during it, and we were getting pretty big on Twitch just because we could stream every day during the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Consistently, and that had to stop when we got jobs that we could use to eat and not starve to death.
Yep.
But still. But then, the head of the company kind of just became more and more disinterested and less focused. And
other stuff popping up.
And, a bunch of other stuff popped off. And, people got burnt out for one reason or another, and it's really hard to, and like there are a bunch of factors, but like it was a combination of like leadership kind of falling apart, and then like motivation to keep going, being kind of hard because like you and I own this show.
Sure.
So it's really easy to be motivated about it because it's our baby.
And we can do whatever we want with it.
And we can do whatever we want with it. If you and I want to fucking come on next week and talk about cheese for 2 hours, we can.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, I like cheese.
Cheese is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have less, but I like it too much.
Yeah, same. I've been trying to stick to a diet that's like mostly protein, fruit, and veggies.
Good call.
But like, fuck, dude, I love milk and cheese so
it's
fucking
so
much.
hard.
That's the hardest part. Like
that has been a recent change for me, and man, I know.
Like sweets, kind of hard to give up. Junk food, fairly easy. But fucking cheese and dairy, dude.
Yep.
Like. But anyway, so yeah, and then like it kind of folded. Like it was kind of on the it came down to this thing where we finally found an investor who was very interested, and they own a couple other very large properties in the game industry. So this was going to be very much a thing of like, you are getting pulled up to the major leagues. But due to stuff on management, and then stuff in staff, and then that like kind of like basically it was like either this ship is going to land perfectly on the water or it is going to dissolve in atmosphere. And it kind of ended up dissolving in atmosphere, unfortunately. Like they like, because like we seemed like we really nailed it, but like the last game of the year drama, and then like just people getting even extra burnt out from that, because if you've ever worked a Game of the Year section for any website ever, it is the most stressful shit in the world. Okay, like, do you know what it is like to write an entire, like, fucking, like, 12 scripts and an 8-hour podcast and then another long-ass script all over the course of, like, 6 days?
I mean, it's fun when you're doing it by yourself and you, like, it's very free-form and you're just doing it for kicks, but when you're doing it as part of a website and you have a deadline that you set for yourselves to meet to get a bunch of shit done.
Yeah, it's like okay, we have 8 staff, so that first video needs to be up December 22nd.
Right. You got to coordinate with editing. You got to make sure that whoever's given the writing the scripts is going to be able to voice them over for the video, and you got to get all that together.
Yeah, it is not ideal. It is... that is a hard knock life, son. So like... And it was like... the final word is like, alright, we'll hear in late January, early February, and we kind of heard, but not really, and then, like, one dude was like, hey, I'm done, because I wanna go move to Los Angeles. And another guy was like, hey, I'm done because I'm just done. And then I finished up, like, I had a pet project I was working on there where I was, like, doing my first attempt at movie coverage. Because I'd only done games on the tiniest bit of sports coverage. So I was like, I want to try this movie thing. So I watched every Marvel movie in a row and reviewed them before Infinity War came out.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was an expensive but actually really fun project.
I believe it.
Out of those 22 movies, I really love about 13 of them. And then I kind of like I kind of like 6 of them. 1 is okay, and then 2 are really bad.
God, I can't even name them all off the top of my head.
I can. I'm also staring right at them because on my shelf.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, but no, it was generally so that fell apart, and I was like, all right, well, here the fuck I am.
That's that, yeah. but you couldn't stay away from the game, could you?
I could not. I very much. I would like. I honest to God was at work one day at my day job, and was just like, "Fuck, I miss podcasting." Especially because every single week, new news would pop up, like that EA Sports news this past week, or like E3 or PAX news would pop up. Just like, dude, I needed someone to talk about this with.
Right.
I was like, fuck, my opinion needs to be heard. So yeah. And then I know you went on to run a little bit of a convention circuit, from what I remember.
Oh, that thing, yeah.
You were a big part of the GamerCon.
Well, so GamerX was like an LGBT-centric gaming convention, and I was part of the Pokemon Gym League thing that we ran there, and we would get 8 people together. Everyone was a gym leader. We got our teams, and we would choose themes, and we'd dress up, and then we hung out in a room and had badges made. And if you beat us, we gave you a badge, and you tried to get all 8 during the convention. It was a lot of fun.
So I would actually love to be a gym leader for that, because I want to make a team of 6 Snorlaxes. All with different abilities.
What's your theme? What's your theme name?
Team Fat.
Nice.
It's almost a reality in Pokemon Go. I have 3 Snorlaxes over 2,000. So
it just had an event recently. You should have caught up.
That's how I caught up.
Okay,
I only had 1 at 1,500 prior. And I got 3 at 2,000. I was like, fuck yeah.
One year I took a modern take on Robin Hood, and I had a heist Pokemon team, which was a lot of fun. But it was kind of a deep cut, and not everyone really quite got it. But it was fine. I had a lot of fun with it. That's really what mattered. Again, when you're in for it for yourself, it doesn't matter. You just enjoy it. No,
just enjoy it. Like I said, if we wake up one day and this podcast is ultra successful, we're making money. Great.
Yep.
Fucking awesome.
Great.
But the goal right now is have fun, maybe establish an audience.
I mean, sure, yeah. If it became something, that'd be cool. But
yeah, I'm gonna talk to some friends and be like, "Hey, will you watch this train wreck, the slow motion train wreck, please?
Just please put this on in the background while you're grinding.
Yeah,
see what's going on.
Tori, you play Monster Hunter every week for 50 hours. Throw this on the background for 2 of them. Oh god.
Well, here we are.
Yeah, here we are, man. So, this is another E3 that we have both watched.
Yes.
I live streamed it, so I actually ended up not taking notes.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't really take any notes either. I'm just going to look through news articles that...
Yeah, because, I live stream on Twitch with my roommate, and my roommate was busy, so I just grabbed my girlfriend, and we're like, hey, let's stream over this.
Yep.
And I love how you can tell the difference in experience and age of gamer by the Tim Schafer announcement. I know I'm fast forwarding a little bit, but Microsoft bought Double Fine, and they show the games they've made. They're like, yeah, we made Psychonauts, Brutal Legend, and Broken Age, and she is flipping her shit over Broken Age. And I am flipping my shit over Psychonauts.
I love that they never even mentioned, Full Throttle or Grim Fandango or...
I think it's because those were technically not Double Fine productions. Those were...
Okay, yeah, you know what? You're right. They're not Double Fine productions.
Those were LucasArts. Which, I mean, okay, I guess. Whatever works.
It's Tim Schafer.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, there were other people involved.
Yeah, well, no, it's one of those things where that was one of the key announcements of being like, oh right, I'm 4.5 years older than my girlfriend.
It sounds like from what I saw online, a similar moment happened in Bethesda when Commander Keen made a return.
It's just like, well, you would only know this if you're 40 or older.
Yep.
Or you're like me and like in your late 20s and had a computer filled with old ass video games. You know?
You hear this name get thrown around every once in a while.
Yeah, like you see him. If you've played Doom, there's the Easter egg of him being hung.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, they had their little press conference. At the
That went on for at least an hour and a half, didn't it?
Yeah, I want to say it was hold on, let me check the total time. 2 hours. Oh no, yeah, it was an hour and a half. So they people at home can see. I'm going to be skimming through it. They opened up with the Outer Worlds, which is that new game by the Fallout New Vegas KOTOR people.
Not
KOTOR
Outer
2.
Wilds, the game that's out now.
The Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds.
I mean, they didn't like. It looks cool. I know that Nicole was being like, "Hey, this kind of looks like Borderlands meets like BioShock."
It's made by the people who made New Vegas, correct?
Yeah, and Knights of the Old Republic 2 and a bunch of other. I don't know. My problem with these games is like the worlds are always cool and interesting, but the actual gameplay is fucking hot garbage.
Right. This seems like a big push for them to try and do good gameplay as opposed to what they've done.
I'm a big fan of game feel, and I like games like Devil May Cry, and Bayonetta, and Burnout.
Yep.
Like games that are very or Mario or Zelda, like games that control very finely and feel good just based on their movement.
Right.
And these games are never that.
Because it's not necessarily the focus.
Right. They're very much trying to entrance you in a world with their narrative and their setting, and the combat is what just kind of has to be passable.
But again, this seems like a game where they're trending more towards that than they have previously. So we'll see.
Yeah, like I said, I'm curious. I hope it's good. It's out this fall, which that's soon.
That is soon.
That feels really soon. They brought out Ninja Theory to show off their new thing. This Overwatch clone? This 4v4 hero melee thing?
It looks cool, except for the part where I have to play with other people, but that's just me.
I feel that. I have a group of friends who I play online video games with.
Yeah.
But the problem is there's no way I'm going to get them to play this shit.
Right.
Some games are easy sells. Like Apex Legends, super easy sell. Everyone got on that shit, no problem.
Yep.
This, especially because you have to buy this shit, unless you have Game Pass, which I'll get to Game Pass later, homie.
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
Because fucking day, dude.
Yep.
So it's called Bleeding Edge. It's
4v4 melee combat.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Monday Night Combat and those style of games that came out on Xbox Live Arcade during that era.
Yeah, someone mentioned a cross between Overwatch and For Honor.
Oh, For Honor, that's actually not a bad comparison. Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which
I just want to say real quick that Bleeding Edge is the art style is something I just absolutely love.
That's cool.
It's just got a real damn cool look to it. If you're into that Sunset Overdrive, Splatoon-esque,
very Borderlandsy in my eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see how it plays.
Yeah, so they showed Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad they did. The first Ori was great. It's one of my favorite Xbox One games. But this is the 33 this has been shown at. I have Ori and the Will of the Wisp branded tissues because because the game is sad. Get it?
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, they handed them out at 2 E3s ago, E3 2017, and I still have them.
Great.
Because like I'm waiting for the game to actually come out so I can use them. If it's that sad.
Wow. Okay.
I will tweet at the developer.
With pictures.
Yeah, I hope it's true because that first game made me cry. It was really sad.
It says here February 11th, 2020.
That's a bit of a long. That feels so long.
It feels long.
That is four. That is 4 years between releases.
Well, yeah. I don't know. These are some impressive looking games. Just
visually,
and yeah.
They got the Ori developer. That's an indie dev, so they got three dudes working in an art sweatshop in downtown Redmond.
So we'll see when it comes out.
I
loved Ori.
I was one of them. I was very much one of those people that year that was like Game of the Year contender. Soundtrack alone. Minecraft Diablo.
That was weird.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Also, by the way, all the titles we've mentioned so far play with Game Pass at launch.
Okay.
Like, everything we've mentioned so far is play with Game Pass at launch. So, Minecraft Dungeons, spring 2020. Dude, Microsoft has such a good 2020 lined up.
Yeah, it's made me wonder about 2019 in some respects. At least the rest of 2019.
It's called they're putting out Gears of War and letting third party do the rest.
Yeah.
Very similar to Sony is putting out Death Stranding and no longer caring.
Yeah, which I get it.
Last year was kind of a slow year. This year is a super slow year.
Yeah.
I have bought, let's see, 2 full retail price games this year. No, 3. I forgot I bought but I didn't even buy Resident Evil for full retail. Did I buy DOA for full retail? Yeah, I bought 2 games at full retail this year.
I mean, I will say, one thing I should say is that since I left doing games coverage in 2014, my gaming habits have considerably changed, and I play a lot less games. But I did follow quite a few gaming personalities, so I kept in the loop. And honestly, what I've seen is there have been a lot of interesting games coming out in recent years, but I just haven't seen a ton coming out of the bigger studios.
For me, it's not so I'm not talking about in the whole generation. I'm just putting 2018, 2019 in particular. Not much spoke to me.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
Very little was shit that I was oh man, I got and even before I was in coverage, I was very much a person who I want to rent all the new releases, I want to try all the new shit. Embrace me in your video gaming goodness.
Yep.
And it's I have had a game checked out from GameFly for a month now.
Okay.
And that is weird to me because normally I'm cycling through my releases like crazy, trying to beat them as quick as possible.
Right.
But then Phil Spencer came out, talked about a bunch of stuff, and they showed off another demo for Star Wars like they showed off at EA, which that game looks cool.
That game looks cool.
It looks like Uncharted Star Wars.
Yeah.
And it's what made by the Titanfall people, so
that game I think will be fun. We'll have to see when we get our hands on it eventually.
I just hope it's not rushed. That's my thing. I really, because you hear those stories coming out of EA about Apex where it's just oh yeah, they barely knew we were working on this. They didn't get to touch it at all until the very end. Versus this, where EA has had their finger in Respawn's butthole the entire time. They've
had to. Says November 15th, so that's a 2019 game.
Yeah, that'll be a good Thanksgiving weekend game. I got that get that 4-day weekend going on. I'm not gonna be doing any flying because I'm going to family reunion in August, so I'm just be like at home chilling, playing that game.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna need you to because that's the same. I believe that's the same day as Pokemon Sword and Shield. So
Well,
I'm gonna have to split the other
yeah.
way.
Hey man, well it'll be good for the podcast.
Exactly.
Lots to, because I'm down for Pokemon Sword and Shield, but like, if you ask me like Star Wars or Pokemon, that's a hard like. If I wasn't so burned by the fucking last Pokemon game,
Yeah.
yeah, like if this was coming off X and Y, which I like, X and Y is my favorite one since Silver.
Yeah, X and Y is real good.
I'd be like, fuck yeah, sign me up, son. But like both the fucking Hawaii games were just so shit to me.
I enjoyed Sun and Moon for what it was. I missed the gyms and all that. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, it was hard to. I didn't get very far.
It was super cool that 3/4 of the game was a tutorial. Was super happy about that.
Yeah, I'm hoping they take those criticisms to heart moving forward. But
I just wish there was a fucking mode for those games where I could where it'd be like, hey, this is my first Pokemon. Hey, I've played for a while. Hey, bro, I've played this shit since 1998. Please make it as hard as you fucking can.
Sure.
Okay, I want you to make this shit hard as hell. Because, even the hardest shit in every Pokemon game after Ruby is super fucking easy.
Well, it is primarily a kid's game.
Yeah, and I don't need it to be, the most difficult thing in the world, but, Let's Go, for example, I literally beat the entire game, 90% of it with 2 Pokemon.
Yeah.
But moving forward, they showed that Blair Witch game, which seems fine.
That seems like it'll be fun. I'd like to see more of it, but it seems fun for what it is.
Yeah, it seems like cool. Horror's really popped off with stuff like Dead by Daylight and this and whatnot. So I'm glad to see horror games back in the spotlight because it seemed like they didn't have a market. No, the true reason is they have a market, just not a Call of Duty market.
Well, yeah. First of all, there's that. Second of all, it's been how do you do horror properly? Well, you create a fun game that has horror in it, not you have some horror stuff happening around and you just kind of walk around, or Amnesia or something obviously that works, but it didn't work for everyone.
I think a really good horror game is actually Bloodborne, because I am terrified the entire time I'm playing it.
Well, yeah, that's true for me too, but that's just Souls games.
I'm not scared in Bloodborne, though, because, I don't know, Lovecraft shit can fuck with me.
I don't think horror necessarily has to scare you. I think it can be a Halloween-esque vibe.
You want to know what game I actually think would be really terrifying to me, because it's the next game we're going to talk about also?
Okay.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Really?
Yeah, because horror movies don't scare me at all. They don't even really unnerve me. Even the scariest ones.
Okay.
But you want to know what does scare the shit out of me 9 times out of 10, or freak me the fuck out at least? Shit like Black Mirror.
Oh.
And this is Black Mirror, the video game. It's here, what horrible fucked up shit can we do with all technology?
Yeah. This is my horrible dystopia dream.
Dude, it's gotta happen. Don't worry.
It's gonna happen, but it's gonna be a lot more boring than this.
I think it's gonna be more boring at all. I think we just need to get involved in the right shit.
Well, who do we have to fund to get glowing collars on our coats?
I think that'll just be a slow fashion choice.
How do we get metal going down the middle of our eyes and down our cheeks?
I think that will just be I have shit vision, and I believe you wear glasses as well.
I wear contacts. Yeah, they're bad.
So you also have shit vision. So it's just gonna be here's here's robot eyes.
Yeah, it's gonna come when we're 60.
Yeah, well, I mean, most of this shit will. So we're not gonna get to live this weird, horrible robot dystopian future.
You know, with any luck, we'll live into the future long enough to get into like VR pods, and then we'll just live this forever.
Yeah, until we're dead.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Down.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm done. This game looks cool. I wish they showed gameplay.
I'm bummed that they did not show any gameplay, but yeah, still excited for it.
Like The Witcher had a great story. I went through it on baby bitch mode after I got tired of its so-so gameplay and just finished it because once again the story looked dope as hell.
Yep.
It was dope as hell. It looked great. Just Western RPG's gameplay, man. Keanu Reeves is in it. Quinn's obsessed with Keanu Reeves.
That's my favorite part of this game. I was already on board with the game, and now I'm like, oh, yep,
I love
this.
I love that guy. I was like, this game is beautiful. Just like the guy in the car. No, you're beautiful.
You're breathtaking.
It's like, no, you're breathtaking.
You're all breathtaking.
God.
Keanu. Okay. Again, the reason we watch E3 is because it's fun. There's a lot of weird shit that happens. And one of them is always stilted speakers trying to fumble their way through some script, a scripted joke that doesn't land well or things like that. Seeing Keanu get up there and he just feels in his element and just having a good time was so cool to see.
Dude just nails it. He is just so comfortable on stage.
Yeah.
He just is like, yeah, this is my home. I own it. I own the stage.
The best performance I saw before that wasn't from the gaming industry was when Matt Stone and Trey Parker came on.
Yeah, that was a real good one. I thought the Beatles didn't too bad in 2009.
They didn't do too bad.
Like considering how old they are and everything as well.
Sure, yeah. It just feels weird seeing them even like being on the stage talking about video games. Like they could be doing other things. Like but hey, you're here.
These gods of music.
Wasn't Pele on stage one year?
I knew DJ Ravi Drums was on stage one year for Nintendo.
I don't know.
That was magical.
All I know is Andrew WK was last year.
Yeah, that was. Man, I have never been so upset that I decided to skip out on a press conference. So mad.
God.
Because we never go to the Bethesda one. We're always just like, fuck this, it's dumb. And it's always dumb.
It is. Well, I mean, if you want to get into the subject of what's dumb at E3, that's a slippery slope, my friend.
But like the ones that are guaranteed a waste of time, and we could spend our time better making a video or writing an article or doing something worthwhile. Like EA's press conference is easily the number one to skip. Like every fucking time.
EA,
Ubisoft, will occasionally show something that matters, but will also be at Microsoft or Sony's. Sure. And same thing with fucking, and Bethesda, the past 4 years have had press conferences that have lasted an hour to 90 minutes that I honestly feel, outside of the year that they had Doom, Fallout, Quake, and Wolfenstein all at once, every other year besides that one, they didn't need to have one.
Yeah.
They
kind of needed it this year.
Yeah, I don't think they needed it this year. We'll get to
that. For them, less than us, but anyway.
They showed this indie game, The Seafarer.
Spiritfarer?
Yeah, it looks neat. It looks like it's once again, it's another free on Game Pass.
It looks moving. Charming, and the animation is really neat.
The thing is, dude, for $5 to $10 a month, if you own an Xbox or a computer, why the fuck not?
Well, yeah, and we'll get into that as we get to the Game Pass portion. But yeah, when you start seeing all of this and knowing that it's going to be on Game Pass pretty much immediately, it's like,
fucking, why the fuck wouldn't I?
I'm gonna save this portion that I'm gonna bring up for the end of the Microsoft press conference, but I did like in the middle of seeing all these start shopping for Xboxes. I don't have one.
I'd say just wait for next year's thing.
Well, yeah,
because you know it's gonna be backwards compatible.
Yeah, I know.
And you have PC, which can run like most of these for the PC version.
As long as this means I can get it on Game Pass for PC.
Yeah. Battletoads.
Battletoads.
I cheered so loud for that. Like literally, our Twitch chat made a clip of me being hyped for Battletoads. Yeah. So.
I only know Battletoads as a joke. I've never played Battletoads.
I actually genuinely enjoy the arcade version. And Ray and I played through the arcade version when it came out on Rare Replay. And we actually calculated, like, we did the math, like, because it's unlimited continues on that version. But, like, we did the math, like, okay, if we were to have paid quarters for every time we died, well, how much would we have paid? And it would have been, like, $240. In fucking quarters for how many times we died in fucking Battletoads.
In case you were wondering how people made their money making arcade cabinets. Holy hell.
Well, I mean, think about this. Street Fighter 2 cab. If you have a populated arcade with a Street Fighter 2 turbo cab, every match is a quarter.
Yep.
A match lasts about 3 minutes, you know, and people are playing that shit from when the arcade opens to when it closes.
Yep.
Like, boy, you make your money, like, because that cab was, what, $1,000? Probably?
Yeah. Now, I don't know. But, yeah,
back then it was probably, like, $1,000. You're making your money back in, like, fucking couple weeks.
Sure.
If that, like, probably a couple days, if it's a populated enough arcade.
So, you're gonna get this Battletoads game?
Fuck yeah, I am. I actually, like, there are people in our chat that were like, I want to play it co-op with you. Like, fuck yeah.
You marked out so hard. You've outed yourself as a Battletoads
shill
super fan. Yeah.
I actually have a couple of Rare Replay shirts from that E3. They showed that Legend of Right indie game.
This thing looks crazy.
Yeah. They did their ID at Xbox Showcase. That they do every year, which shows a bunch of cool indie games that you instantly want to play, but they don't show titles or anything for them. So after the show, you have to go fucking dig for what was that thing that had 10 seconds in the trailer?
You got to take screenshots and crowdsource. Okay, what did we just see? What was that?
What was that thing that looked cool? Like that. Like I remember when Cuphead happened.
Yep.
Like everybody and their mom was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Right.
Just like how like this thing. Like I looked at the after party and I was like, "What the fuck is the after party? Where can I go play this?"
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I don't know. I do like Killer Queen Black. Like they showed like 3 seconds. I'm like, that was like coolest shit ever. Bring that back.
Yep.
You know,
they know you know what Killer Queen is.
Yeah, Blazing Chrome. That shit looked like Contra, but now. Yeah, a lot of these I'm never gonna fucking play because they look awful and stupid. But
I think they're going to resonate with some people.
Yeah, like everyone has different tastes, of course. But like for me, I'm like I'll play the Night Call for sure. I'm probably never gonna play Totem Teller.
What thing I liked about this press conference is it really kind of tried to spread its reach to all different tastes of gaming, and honestly, they all look at the very least decent.
Yeah, and all those ID and indie games once again launch day on Game Pass.
Man,
fucking
wow,
dude,
that's great.
Like Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay. So what was next?
Like I would next they had their Game Pass like presentation.
Oh, okay.
Like I've been looking to buy my girlfriend a game system for like her house and for Netflix and stuff. And like the entire time I'm like PS4 or Switch. PS4 or Switch. Yep. PS4 or Switch. This fucking Game Pass shit instantly made me want to fucking go get her an Xbox. Like instantly fucking 180'd.
Yep.
You know? Because, like, okay, like, almost all the same games are on both. Like, most games. Like, yes, there's God of War and Yakuza and a couple other odds and ends. But most shit are on both, And in this fucking case, you're paying $10 a month, or, for the Ultimate package, $15 a month.
Which, for clarification, the Ultimate package is Xbox Live Gold, Game Pass for console, and Game Pass for PC.
Right. Or they have their combo pack that is just Xbox Live Gold and Game Pass for $10, I believe.
Right.
For console. And I'm just like, why the fucking... If you're not someone like me, like this is, I'll get my use out of this for sure, mainly for the indie games, because I'm not going to buy 30 individual indie games.
Right.
But, like, if you're not someone like me, if you're someone like me who, like if you're like me, you buy the new releases as they come out for the big AAA games, and then you'll use this to play the indies. But if you're, like, a more casual gamer, like, dude...
It's a big it's a big deal, you know?
Right? It's like, holy shit. Like, yeah. Metro Exodus is 4 months old. That shit hopped on there today. Hollow Knight, the fucking super duper edition, and Borderlands the Handsome Collection, and Arkham Knight, all there. You can play all the Batman games on there now. You can play all the Gears games, you can play all the Halo games on there now.
It just says install when you go to their page. It's like, what?
Yeah, like...
Oh my god.
Like, that's fucking amazing. Like when Game Pass came out, I was like, this is cool. But then they said, okay, Microsoft first-party games are going to be day and date last year. I'm like, that's kind of a big deal if they had a lot of studios. And no, they have a fuck ton of studios. And you realize what that fucking means.
Right. It's funny because when they first announced Game Pass, it's like, okay, so they're competing with PlayStation Plus, where they have, 2 games that you can... download.
Xbox has that now. Like with Gold, it's more competing. They're competing with PlayStation Now, but these you download. PlayStation Now you stream, and I'm not sure if you ever streamed a video game.
I tried with PS4.
But
man,
boy, howdy does it suck ass.
If you don't have the bandwidth, ooh.
Even if you do have the bandwidth, there's lag. Like I tried
really.
Well. So it depends on the game. Like, I have a fucking 120 meg connection and a $250 router.
Wow.
Yeah, no, we have 3 separate Wi-Fi connections for our house. Stephanie gets her own Wi-Fi connection.
Don't jump on mine. No. Get out of here.
Well, it's just to make it prioritize bandwidth easier.
Yeah.
So like I don't get more bandwidth out of this. It's just that it prioritizes better. So I tested it, and, like, even when I, like, kicked everyone else off the network, went directly wired to the PS4, Sonic the Hedgehog still had enough delay to where it was noticeable.
Wow.
Like, it wasn't much, but, like, if you are used to playing games like that, you know.
Right.
Like, if you play fighting games, you definitely fucking know.
Ugh.
And, like, those are games that, like, a hair, like, so, them going that, except, hey, we're going to actually support it with titles on launch, and B, having the downloads, holy shit, that is so smart.
Yeah.
And, like, I popped on there today after I did my $1 for, like, Game Pass Ultimate.
Yep.
Because I was just like, well, fuck, why not? And I was just like, dude, they got Monster Hunter on here? Like, like I already have it on Xbox, or on fucking PC, but, like, okay, I can play Monster Hunter on here, and, like, I've been wanting to play Dead by Daylight for months, I just never bought it. It's fucking right here.
Dead by Daylight.
Looks super cool.
It is.
If, Resident Evil 5, like, that's a perfect co-op game for me to stream. I don't own that shit, but it's on here.
Sure.
Like, the PC lineup is a lot thinner to start, because it's, it's new. But but it's still, like, you're still getting Forza, Gears, all the new indie stuff that's on it. And it's like, it's $5 for the PC version a month.
Yeah, doing PC alone.
Like, like, literally, I could just not get coffee once next week.
Right.
Done. And then, like, if you have an Xbox, which I have an Xbox One X, I bought it. I bought it because I have an unhealthy obsession with technology.
Sure.
And then 2, I was like, well, I'm gonna need a 4K Blu-ray player, and we rent. And at the time, this was last year it was a year and a half ago when it came out. at the time, we were doing that quick look series where we played a new game every week, and like we always wanted to get the best looking version. So I was like, well, it'd be good for the fucking website.
Yep.
I need a 4K Blu-ray player for this fucking television anyway, because the PS4 Pro doesn't come with one because it's stupid as hell. I was like, fuck it, sure, why not? And then GameStop had a deal where it's like you get an extra controller and a game, the year of live with it. And I was just like, fuck yeah, sure, sign me up.
Sure.
Beat me up, Scotty.
That's a hard sell for me now, though. Again.
Well, it's a hard sell now. Well, like here's the thing, like the next Xbox is gonna be backwards compatible.
Yep.
Like for sure. It's like, if I didn't have one right now, I would just wait the year.
Like I looked at Xbox One S was like $200, and it came with at least a game. And plus, that's for the S.
And if you have any downloadable 360 games from your old Xbox Live account, they carry over.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, no, like I actually found that really cool. Is like whenever they put a game on backwards compat that you had downloaded, you could fucking re-download it. Like I've played Splosion Man on my Xbox One.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
good Lord.
But no, even then though, that's like Gears 5, that's Forza, that's the Master Chief Collection. So like, even if you're just on PC, you're still getting a lot of stuff.
Master Chief Collection, I believe, has been. If I remember correctly, it started out rough, but it's been improving.
So it launched. So I've been following that game the entire time because I'm a Halo nut.
Yep.
And that
Gamekraft started out of Halo 3.
Yeah, that's fucking true. But it launched like just absolute dog shit.
Right.
I when I reviewed it, I gave it a 7 out of 10, and I said this literally pains me to do this review. And the reason I did is because the campaigns were intact and ran perfectly for me.
Right.
And the multiplayer, when I got into matches that ran fine, it was all 4 Halos, like fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But getting into matches was impossible. Disconnects all the time. Several months later, they fixed it a little more. A couple months later, they fixed it a little more. By the end of the year, they fixed as much as they're going to, and they said, "Hey, we're going dark for a while to do major changes." And then finally, early this year, they're like, "We are redoing all the menus. We are fixing the matchmaking 100% for sure. We are adding Xbox One X support for 4K. By the way, we're doing a PC version.
Yeah.
And we are also putting a Reach into this later this year." So...
Well, damn.
So almost all that shit except Reach is in the Xbox version. Like, if you want to play Master Chief Collection right now, it runs fine. It plays great. It's the whole reason I keep my Xbox Live subscription running. That, and occasionally I'll pop into Madden and crush people's spirits.
Okay.
But the PC version, the way they're doing it is they're rolling it out game by game. So it's going to launch with Halo Reach and have Reach on PC run for a bit, and you'll pay like $10 for Reach, and then do 1, and then 2, then 3, then 4, then ODST.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So, or you can probably buy them all at once, and that'll be on Steam or Microsoft Store or whatever.
Right.
Or on Game Pass for PC. I actually wanted to look something up real quick. So I want to see the Game Pass for PC lineup.
Yes.
So, let's see. Yes, I already joined. So, full Game Pass library. Alright, so you get Sea of Thieves.
Cool.
Forza 4. Horizon
Cool.
4. Gears 4. I'm going to just list games that I find to be interesting or quality. Zoo Tycoon.
Okay.
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Oh.
Halo Wars 1 and 2.
Alright.
Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
Ori and the Blind Forest.
Cool.
Halo Wars 1.
Uh-huh.
Wolfenstein 2. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Okay.
Hellblade. Broforce.
Yeah.
Fez.
Yeah.
Super hot.
Yeah.
The Messenger. Fuck, okay, I'm actually downloading that one right now. Fucking what?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't fucking realize.
This podcast on hold. We got to download the Messenger.
Yeah, sorry, boys. Like, what? I'm sorry. I didn't know that shit was fucking, I know that was on there. Well, alright, so, moving forward, Metro Exodus. What the fuck?
Oh, man.
That game's like 4 months old.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Valkyria Chronicles, Battle Chef Brigade, Pony Island, Hotline Miami, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, Into the Breach, We Happy Few, Tacoma, Oxenfree, Guacamelee 2, Wandersong, Wasteland 2, Stealth Inc., Rhyme, and Battle Chasers Night War. War Groove.
That's not bad. That's not a bad lineup.
Arc, Recore, Astroneer, Gears of War Ultimate Edition.
Oh, man.
Fuck, dude. That is some... Like, for $5?
Right. And I assume they'll be adding more as time goes on.
Yeah, like, what?
So...
Like, dude, that's so just... That's madness.
Yeah.
It's fucking...
We have to wait.
That's just... Oh, my God.
It's a good deal. So
yeah, like...
we'll keep an eye on that.
Like, that's... I can't... you know... Alright, so next up... like, dude, like, if you're a fucking semi-casual gamer, like, or even casual, like...
Oh, no, this is perfect for me. This is how... That's how you get me from not bothering playing a game to maybe trying a game, is just seeing what it is, and then there's an install button instead of a buy button. Like,
yeah,
okay.
like, yeah, dude, like, no, like, this is... Like I said earlier, like, I'm absolutely gonna set that shit up for my girlfriend this year. Like, no question. Yep. So they did Microsoft Flight Simulator.
I was shocked by that.
That was A, shocking, and B, gorgeous, and C, fuck, I'm gonna need to buy a new video card.
You gonna buy a new video card for Flight Simulator?
I might, if it's pretty enough.
Mm.
You know I'm a tech junkie, man.
I know. Whoa. Yeah, so...
you know. Like, fuck me up, fam.
Well, I mean, obviously it's not just for Flight Simulator. There's a lot.
Yeah, Halo Infinite and shit's coming, but, like... I don't know, every single game, like, if I want to play at 1080p or even 1440p, like, 1080 is no problem. Like, it blows through them. No questions asked.
Yep.
Yeah, like, I actually don't foresee myself upgrading to a new card until the 3000 series at minimum.
Okay.
So, anyway, it looks cool. I like Flight Sim. Then they showed this, like, survival game. They brought Tim Schafer out, which we told that story, of course.
Yes, we did.
In that case, we brought a brand new trailer for Psychonauts 2.
Psychonauts 2 looks amazing.
It looks interesting. I want to see more of that game and how that game looks in 2019.
I am very curious, but, like, I don't know, dude. We had, like, Mario Galaxy, or not Mario Galaxy, Mario Odyssey and the new Ratchet and Clank do really well, and the Hat in Time and shit. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm curious. I think you do that kind of game well.
There is certainly a place where all of that works, and I have no doubt that they'll be able to pull that off. I'm just interested in what conclusions they come to in terms of bringing Psychonauts to now in terms of game design.
I just love his joke here. Like, it's like, I'm a team player. Whatever you need from Double Fine, we'll make it. Halo, Gears, Excel.
Yep.
Whatever you want, we're there. It's just like, no, we just need to make it. Oh, thank God, because I was lying about all that.
Remember when they spent a good long time making some interesting things on Kinect?
I still get a little butthurt about Kinect.
Yeah.
Like, I was one of those early Xbox One adopters, and I still have my Kinect. I still haven't bought the adapter for the new system yet. And I literally keep it for Dance Central.
Oh, sure.
But, like, it had a lot of cool potential, and, like, it was great for fucking media, man, I'm telling you. But, they showed off that new Lego Star Wars thing, all 9 episodes, which, that's a fun co-op game. Like, that's a, that was always a fun co-op game and whatnot.
I was gonna say it's something that I'm probably not gonna play, but I know people who, like to have just some casual game they play with other people, and the Star Wars Lego games have always been good for that.
I'm gonna honestly give it a rent and probably beat it in like a weekend.
Sure.
In all honesty, all 9 films, 1 new game. So yeah, that makes sense. It's called the Skywalker Saga. They showed that Dragon Ball RPG.
Man.
Oh, dude, like nut instantly. Like I've been getting my girlfriend into Dragon Ball.
You monster. Man.
And like she just got done with the Saiyan Saga. Like we just watched the Saiyan Saga of Kai, and like she was geeking out during the Saiyan Saga stuff.
Oh man, we're not even in it.
I know.
Like that's just a taste. That was a saga where we realized that this is not Dragon Ball anymore.
This is not Dragon Ball. This is Dragon Ball Z.
This is a whole new different thing.
So she was she was into that. Like I can't wait till she sees the Frieza shit.
The Frieza stuff's really good.
Well, what really sold her on watching Dragon Ball is like when we first started dating, I'm like, look, you need to watch this Broly movie, like the new one.
The new one, yeah.
And like, I've gotten 2 people to become Dragon Ball fans because of that fucking movie.
That movie's so good.
Because I showed it to Quinn, who ever since I met Quinn when we were 13, and for fucking years he's like, I'm never gonna play fucking Dragon Ball. I'm never gonna play Dragon Ball. I'm never gonna watch Dragon Ball. I don't give a shit about Dragon Ball. And I like posted the movie on Facebook when it was going around Facebook, like a pirated version. And like I was like, here, Quinn, watch this. And it's like fucking fine because everyone on his timeline wouldn't shut up about it. And he watches it and he's just like, so this is just wrestling but anime.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, buddy.
Oh, it is.
And I was like, would you like some more? He's like, should I start with Super? Should I start with? I'm like, no. Here you go. Start with Dragon Ball Z Kai. If you really like that, go to Super.
Right. Super is what, like, if you get the gist of everything that happens in Dragon Ball Z, you go over to Super, and it's like, it's a continuation of that, but it's also just a lot of fan service-y jokes, and it's really good.
It has a lot of references to OG Dragon Ball, but enough to, like, not overpower it.
Right.
I'll say that, but yeah, that Dragon Ball RPG looks sick.
I have not seen enough footage of it to know what it is, but I did see a very small GIF. I said GIF. I'm gonna go die. So I'm gonna eat this peanut butter while I talk about this GIF. It was like a 4-second clip of Goku flying through an open world, and not that overworld that was in the Budokai games, I believe. But one of the Budokai games.
There's 3.
Like a full-on world.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
I have been wanting that for so long.
It's called Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Project Kakarot.
And it's going to be just the game. It's going to be the series over again, and I don't care.
I have gone through Dragon Ball Z in so many different formats at this point. I haven't fucking memorized.
Yeah.
They showed that 12 minutes game. It looked cool.
Real quick, I think we missed a couple games. I just want to say that they showed them.
Okay.
They showed off Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition.
Right, which that looks neat. They're bringing back Blizzard's.
There are people who love that game.
Blizzard's bringing back Warcraft 3. They're bringing back Age of Empires. Let's party like it's 2001.
Yep. Why not? And then Wasteland 3.
Yeah. Okay. Wasteland. Whatever.
I don't know anything about the Wasteland games. It seems like a lot of work has been put into it, and we'll see how it's received.
That 12 minutes game looked dope as hell, though. The one after that, like doing 12 minutes every night, something different. It looks like.
I kind of want to see someone play it before I even think about playing it myself, because I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's one of the. I believe it's a Game Pass game, and It's one of those. About a man
puzzles
trapped in a it's about a like, I believe it's gonna be like Donut County or Edith Finch, like their other games. Like Annapurna is like the fucking Weinsteins of video games. They're like, we do arty movies, we do arty games.
Okay.
That's what I found. Like, dude, Donut County, and now this, and like go look up like their entire history. Like, we do art.
Is Donut County arty? I mean, it's some
it's
intense
arty.
art.
Yeah, it's arty. I'd count Donut County as a little arty. It's funny. It's like
I was gonna say when you say arty, I'm thinking like not upscale.
It's like the
high concept.
It's like the Kevin Smith of like Kevin Smith was at the Weinstein Company. It's like, so I mean, there you go. Donut County.
Are we calling Kevin Smith arty?
Calling Kevin Smith Donut County.
Okay.
Donut County is the Kevin Smith of video games.
I'm just gonna nod, and yeah.
They showed this weird Gears face trailer.
Yeah.
The only story stuff we got is this fucking face trailer.
There's that fight scene, I guess.
And then they show, well, that's not story though. That's their like weird new game mode thing.
Oh, okay.
So like you have that Gears story trailer, Bound by Blood, and then you show their new mode, and it's really weird. They didn't show any gameplay off of a game that's out in 3 months exactly.
Right.
Especially when last year they showed gameplay.
They're like, hey, guess what? It's Gears.
Like, hey man,
good night.
I'm so pissed at Gears 5. Like, it's a great game. It's actually probably better than Halo 5 by comparison. Or Gears 4.
That's what I figured. All right.
But by comparison, like because that game starts out so strong, like you're not fighting the fucking Locust, and like Marcus Phoenix has probably the best intro to an old character fucking ever, and then the back like 30% of the game is like, oh, it's the Locust.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this game sucks.
Oh,
also you can play as a Terminator in Gears 5, so I mean,
that's a thing.
Man. They've always had weird dumb shit. Like I remember when Gears 2 came out, it's like oh, I got a golden lancer.
Golden Lancer. I don't know.
Whatever.
That's small beans compared to Terminators now involved in this. Like,
I think
okay.
They showed off the Elite 2, the controller.
Yep.
I don't know. I think that thing is actually really awesome, and as someone who plays like a lot of competitive-minded games, like I play shooters, I play fighting games, I play racing games, like I play a lot of competitive shit.
Sure. I mean, if you're deep into competition and things like that, a controller like that's huge.
But like, I can't even justify the cost of this.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because like, dude, that's the price of a fight stick. Almost.
What is it?
It's $150.
Oh.
That fight stick I'm ordering is $175.
Yeah, you better be trying to actually compete.
Like I love the flipper thing. That's super cool. I love like there's a lot of cool shit about this, but I'm also just like, like here's the thing: if someone got it for me as a gift, I would be elated.
Right.
But like, unless I see it like on sale or like maybe this new one does something that just tickles my fancy really hard, because like the first one I nearly bought it after that E3. Like I nearly bought it, but I heard the price tag and I was like, I'm out.
Yep.
Dying Light 2, I could give a fuck.
It looks interesting. I would like to see more gameplay of that.
Yeah, like
zombie killing.
I just didn't like the first one. It's my problem.
I see.
Forza Horizon 4 Lego looks dumb.
Well, yeah,
Fun
Lego Speed Champions. Interesting.
Fun and dumb.
Yep.
Gears Pops.
That's
something.
Well, right. That game, it's like a mobile Clash Royale sort of thing. I know very little about Clash Royale.
Yeah,
but
you got me, man. To inform me.
Mobile MOBA, I guess.
Mobile,
There's 2
MOBA,
lanes.
shooter, tower defense,
You can pre-order it.
loot box. What is hip and the kids like? What can we put in the kids like?
Yeah, and that'll sell.
Um.
I also want to just bring up real quick. Way to the Woods was revealed. The 2 deer that are like wandering through darkness.
Oh yeah, that looks
see-
okay.
That looks interesting. Again, see
They
what happens with that. But
They showed State of Decay 2, which like
another zombie game that's like, I don't know. We'll have to see. I was not all that attached to State of Decay, but I totally know people who enjoyed it.
I didn't like the first one, and I played the second one when it came out last year on Game Pass. I was like, okay. I'd rather play it like if I'm gonna play a game like this, where it's like make my own fun. I'd rather just go play Sea of Thieves.
Sure.
Then this next announcement literally had me and my girlfriend in our chairs flipping our shit, like fucking just fangirling, boying, manning.
More or less than Battletoads.
Equal? But
Okay.
it was Phantasy Star Online 2 in the West.
Yep.
And making it even crazier, it's only on Xbox.
Huh.
Like, what?
Yeah. I don't.
Like,
Okay.
if I didn't already own one, sold, sir. If I did not already own an Xbox, I would single-handedly buy a fucking Xbox for Phantasy Star Online 2.
Are they like updating the gameplay for it, or like updating the way it looks, or how old is this game? I know nothing about it.
Okay, so it came out in like 2014, 2015. It was supposed to be out in PS4 and Vita and PC in the States, but it just never came to the States. Boy howdy, did it come to the Vita in Japan, and the PS4 in Japan, and the PC in Japan, and did really well in Japan. And then Sega was like, no, we're good.
What a weird deal. Then,
And then
what is this about?
I mean, it's just like, do you know what Phantasy Star is?
No, I don't know what Phantasy Star is, but I was actually talking about them going exclusively Xbox.
Microsoft probably went out and said, "Hey, do you like money?"
You just don't think there was a deal?
Oh no,
someplace with the other-
it's Windows PC. So it's Windows PC and Xbox. Still, it's not PS4, and that's weird. That's still really weird. That's not.
Well, that's
also-
weird because I know nothing about publishers making deals. But if they didn't get it on Xbox over there in Japan, which I guess they wouldn't because who owns an Xbox over there?
Well, like Phil Spencer said, like 2 years ago, like he went to him and he's like, "Hey, I want to make this a reality." So 2020,
Really?
Phantasy Star Online 2, fucking finally.
Spring 2020. All right.
Dude,
I didn't. Yeah, they didn't show any gameplay in that trailer.
And here's the thing: I love WoW Classic, but I know there's gonna be a point where like I finish all the content, and current WoW has not been sating my MMO hunger.
Yeah.
So maybe here we go.
Does it play similarly? Like, are there like roles that you fill for dungeons or raids or whatever?
Like it's a weird way to describe it, man. Just because the first one was so archaic, like it was like I guess I would say like picture. I guess picture kind of Destiny.
What?
Like picture Destiny, but more RPG-ish.
Okay.
Like because like all the shit handles more like an RPG. Because like there's like this fucking hub, and then you go out to separate planets and shit.
Right.
Like I guess that's the best way you can fucking describe it. I don't know.
I'll just have to look up video.
PSO is weird. So they showed this Crossfire thing, which like, okay.
Crossfire is, I don't know what that is. It's a lot of military fighting. No gameplay, so I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
With that.
And then they showed a new Tales game.
Yeah.
Which cool. We get like 2 of these on every console now, so I'm just kind of like, all right, cool, finally.
There are people who love these Tales games.
Yeah, Ray's one of them. Ray, my friend Ray.
That's not surprising.
Yeah, he's well, I mean, he's a big JRPG nut.
Yes.
And I don't know, I like them. What ends up happening with all of them though is like I play through the first 2/3 of it and then just get burnt out. Because I'm just like, yep, it's Tales game. Like unless the story is like exceptionally good.
Sure.
Which happens sometimes. Like that happened with Tales of not Symphonia because that was the first one I played, so it was still fresh. It was the PS4 one. Anyway, Vesperia, Symphonia, Tales of something.
This is why the Final Fantasy numbering system works. Try to remember which Tales game that you played that you liked.
Just do a number instead.
Symphonia.
Or Persona.
Right.
Do you play Persona? And Persona even has like, alright, so you have the regular one, then you have the good one. So it's like you have Persona 3 or Persona 3 Fest. You have Persona 4, Persona 4 Golden. You have Persona 5 or Persona 5 Royal. So they showed off Borderlands 3, which I'm not going to be playing.
Okay.
Because I think Randy Pitchford's a dick. And also I really get like annoyed by shit that is Epic Game Store exclusive.
Oh, I see.
And it's a double whammy of like
I have not heard your thoughts because we haven't been talking very much since I left. So I had never heard your thoughts on the Epic Game Store.
I think that I like the idea of a competitor to Steam because it's very healthy for the market. And it says Steam hasn't been all it's cracked up to be. But I think Epic Game Store is doing it in the dumbest, worst possible way.
Okay.
Where they're like, here, we're gonna do timed exclusives. We're gonna do a random free games every 2 weeks. But we're not gonna do anything to improve our store. It seems like they had a big ass sale like 2 weeks ago, and like you know their store still doesn't have a cart.
I heard about that. Do they still not have a cart?
Yep. Last I checked, because I tried.
How does that even work?
Well, you just buy your games one at a time.
You have to. Oh, you have to buy.
So, like, for example, I'm going to log on to it. People can see the recording. All right. So, what's a game that I'd want to buy on here? Dangerous Driving. Okay.
Sure.
I like it. So let's see. Let's see if I can. Let's go to the store. All right. Go to. Let's see. What's a game on here? All right. You know what? I'll buy fucking Beyond Two Souls because I don't have taste. Oh man, it's $10. It's even $10 off right now. It's fucking $20. Or sorry, it's $10 instead of 20. Awesome. I'll buy this game for the third time because I'm a jackass. Okay. Hey, guess what? That's it. There's no. That's it. You just check out. There's no cart button. You just check out. And then I have to go. Now, if I want to go buy another game, I have to go find said game and dig through their store, which is not laid out well and really hard to find what I want.
Well, I mean, okay, so didn't Steam start in a similar manner?
Yeah, but like Steam has had years and years and years and years to evolve.
Well, exactly. So shouldn't we just wait it out with Epic Games?
I don't know, man, because like this thing's been out like almost a year and like no real improvement. Also, funny thing, if you want to hear something real funny, 2 weeks ago they had that really big sale, but if you made too many purchases, it flagged your account as like being like illegal or doing suspicious shit, and it would ban you. And you'd have to go and they would remove all those purchases from the account. And you'd have to go through the process to get unbanned. Oh, this gets better, by the way. And that takes long enough to where like most of the shit you bought on sale wasn't on sale anymore.
Great.
Also, they didn't tell any of the developers they were putting the fucking games on sale because they're like, well, we're just going to reimburse them anyway. But turns out publishers, developers aren't happy when you do that because it fucking can tank the value of a game, especially in certain territories. So, like for instance, they put a game like Russia has like a massive piracy problem. So like getting people to buy games in general is a bitch. But if one ever goes on sale there, it makes it even harder because they see, oh, it was on sale, so like I'll wait for that price eventually, or if it doesn't on sale, I'll just pirate it.
Damn.
So, like for example, like I forget which dev team it was. I want to say it was the dev team of Hades came out and was really pissed off at them about this.
Wow.
So yeah, no. The Borderlands team supposedly was also very pissed off about this. So no, like as people can see, I'm on my account on the store while they're on their screen and just yep.
Man.
Don't have a cart. It's a shame that Dangerous Driving is still locked to this terrible store. I would love to play it on PC. Instead, I'm just gonna go play it on my Xbox, I guess. Just fuck me.
At least you're playing it.
Yeah. So
anyway, Borderlands 3, it's another Borderlands.
Yeah, it looks alright.
I know people who are definitely into it.
You know, I'll probably get it on Steam when it's like $10.
Okay.
They showed that new game from the Dark Souls people. Apparently, Elden
Ring.
Elden Ring. It's apparently written by George R. Martin.
Yeah, it's a combination between George R. Martin and what's his name?
Miyazaki?
Is that Miyazaki?
Yeah, I believe it's Miyazaki.
Yeah. I don't want to say the first name because I don't.
Yeah, that's the exact reason why I don't.
Hidetaka Miyazaki.
I don't want to butcher the man's name.
Yeah,
that's not a Game Pass game. Neither is Borderlands. Unfortunately,
that's fine. You know, I am very interested to see what that game is.
They had their little highlight reel talking about like what this next console is going to be like. It'll upscale to 8K if needed. It'll have all the bells and whistles, backwards compatibility, all this other bullshit. It's going to be hyper powerful.
Loading screens.
Yeah, both these systems are going to have SSDs. So the fucking load times are going to go from like 30 minutes or 30 seconds to 2 minutes down to fucking like 1 to 7 seconds.
Man, they better.
They are on my PC, baby.
Oh, right.
I've had that feature since fucking 2014.
I have been very thrilled with the recent drop in price in SSDs.
Dude, I have a 256 on my laptop and my desktop, and I've like been thinking like, you know, I should just get a 4 terabyte SSD for like $200 for just games. That'd be a really good idea. Honestly, what I'm probably gonna do at this point is I'm gonna enjoy my current rig and then just build a completely fresh one about a year into the next console generation.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems like the best bet.
I gotta say, yeah, I have learned of my PC's aging. It hasn't been good. I went to go get some more RAM, and my motherboard only takes DDR3.
Oh, buddy.
So I'm like, I had no idea. I had went through all my research and built my PC a while ago, so I just, I lost all that knowledge as soon as I didn't need it. So then I went to Fry's to go grab some RAM, and they're just like, DDR3? I'll look. Open the drawer, blow the cobwebs out. Yeah, no, sorry, we don't have any of those. Okay.
No, I'm probably gonna sell my. I'm probably gonna like either gut my build and sell it because like I like this case, but it's also just like a giant pain in the ass to keep clean.
Sure.
So like I don't know, this build was a learning experience. Like I learned like, okay, if I'm gonna be doing anything media related, I need like a 10 terabyte storage drive.
Gotcha.
And then on the side of that, I also need a way bigger SSD for games.
Yep.
But no, so like they showed off, like they talk about all their next gen shit. It'll be great. So I'm thinking about a year into that because, like, once again, at 1080p at least, I'm playing everything fine.
Yeah. No,
like,
you don't need to really do
even
anything.
at 1440p, fine. So like the only thing is like the 4K television is like that's when some games, not all, require me to turn down settings or fuck with shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm running a 1080 and an i7 6700K.
Yep.
Also, if, like, I noticed that for some reason, some games just are fucking, like, stream hogs. But, you know. Anyway. Project Scarlet, that's what it's called. Holiday 2020.
Did we know that before?
Yeah, we did. They announced that shit last year.
The way they were, like, showing the name, like, I was expecting, like, a name for the console, because the way they were presenting it in that video, and it's like, Project Scarlet, okay. That's we knew that. All right, fine. So
we know
it was a weird end.
It was a weird end. Well, no, it wasn't a weird end because what they really ended with was that Halo.
Yes.
So they ended with Halo, with Master Chief being found in outer fucking space. With him being found, yeah, it happens, in his old school armor.
Yeah.
Like, his old school armor. And he's found in space, and, like... So, like, people are just, like, wondering, like, oh, so they just retconning 4 and 5? Are they just taking, like... Are they just taking the pieces from 4 and 5 they like and doing a new thing? Like, what is happening?
Time travel.
Right? So it's like, okay, so Chief has
Multiverse.
So Chief has to do something to get into his old armor. Like, that... So that's the first thing. Like, that's that. They need to explain that. And then, like, visually, this game looks fucking gorgeous. Like, they said in-engine demo, so...
Right.
Like, if this is what the future of fucking console games looks like, sign me up, daddy.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's early.
Well, it's early, and also it's like, I get excited for that, and I know how it is.
Yeah, just ever since... I remember when we first saw the Killzone 2 video.
Yeah.
Was
to be fair, Killzone 2 got close.
They got close. Yeah, it wasn't quite, but, like, I thought I loved the way it looked. And,
That, they fucking busted their ass to get that as close as they could.
Yeah. But this didn't necessarily demonstrate too much in terms of action in that engine. So
just lighting and models and shit.
Yeah.
Very happy for them to go back to the old art, though. Very happy. And they have confirmed launch title.
Good.
Also PC. Also Game Pass. Fuck, dude. I'm totally right about the launch this. I'm telling you right now. Unless Sony's next E3 is fucking incredible, like incredible, like some next level shit, I'm 100% telling you that Microsoft is gonna fucking just donkey punch them right out the gate.
I'm honestly wondering, did Sony sit out so that they could see if Xbox would play their hand on what they have for the future, so that next E3 they come around and try to just outplay them. Which
they didn't. They showed very little. They said, here is a Halo game, and here is some stuff about our tech.
That's the thing. Yeah, they actually played it relatively close to the chest.
And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, okay, you are looking to buy a next-gen console, right?
Yep.
And it's very obvious the next Xbox is going to be backwards compatible, because they've said, we're working with our folks at AMD on a similar architecture thing. So it's going to be backwards compatible. Which means all the shit that you bought on the Xbox One and 360 digitally will carry over. On top of that, as long as we're looking into stuff, that means at launch, all of Game Pass is going to be available.
Right.
So, for fucking $15 a month, after you buy the new box, you are going to have 100 plus games and that brand new Halo at launch.
Right.
Dude. That is some...
If that's how it plays, I wonder what Sony could have to.
The only thing they can say is we either A, have a cheaper box, B, are doing something similar,
Yep.
C, here, look at these incredible exclusives.
Right.
Like, that's it. That is all. So yeah, that was basically that was Microsoft. If you had to grade it, like we always did back in the day, A to F, where are you looking at?
Oh man, I didn't even think about that. I would say, off the top of my head, I would give them a B, maybe minus.
I'm gonna give them a B plus. They showed a lot of stuff that impressed me as far as like value is concerned. They actually did something that made me be like, well, fuck, I might have to go buy some people some Xboxes.
Well, yeah, and it made me want to look into getting an Xbox as well.
Yeah, like they tapped into the casual market in a way because it's just like, my mom likes video games, but she will not fucking pay for them.
Right.
But if I throw her on my fucking family subscription.
And there are games on here that like anyone would play,
Yeah.
would try.
And then same thing with fucking, same thing with the girlfriend, and
Yep.
then that's so like
doing
that
a lot of cool things.
That was smart. I think the way you gotta think of Xbox exclusives is PC and Xbox in a lot of ways, which I know that's kind of a shitty thing to have to say, but that's the way they chose to do it.
Yep.
And it's like, well, they have a pretty good lineup. Especially if you're only a console gamer, that kind of is the case. And they have a lot of cool shit coming.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. I wish there was a bit more gameplay with some of these games that they introduced.
Right.
I want to know more about some of these games. And obviously there are places at E3 where they're actually doing it.
Yeah,
showing some of that stuff off.
All that stuff. I guarantee you right now that there's a ton of people at that Xbox Fan Fest and at the Microsoft fucking area where they're like, oh, hey, here, play all this shit.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, as a member of the press, or I guess... Formally. Are we press?
No, I'm not going to be press.
You're not going to be press?
That's part of the reason why I left. I don't want to be press.
Oh. I guess as the artist formerly known as press. But no, as podcasters, personalities,
as influencers.
Oh god, don't you just
Bronson Fiore influencer.
You just made me want to vomit in my mouth. Just wanted to want just ruined video games for me, bud.
That's what we are now. We're rebranding.
I mean, yeah, technically, I guess, because we just do a podcast.
Uh-huh.
Alright, well, as a social media influencer. Oh, God, that does make me sick.
Mm-hmm. As a gamer, see, that doesn't sound much better.
Never mind. Social media influencer it is. As someone who used to be a journalist and Microsoft, out of the big three, Microsoft always treated us the best.
Yeah, I believe that.
Sony gave us some attention, but it was the hot girl kind of just who would kind of talk to you, but really don't have anything to do with you. Sure. And then Nintendo was fuck off, peasant. I actually remember Nintendo did I tell you what we had to do to get their business card?
Yeah, no, I remember all that.
Yeah, that was
it's a long story.
Yeah, one day I'll tell the story of E3 2017.
That'll come up.
That'll be an adventure. Yeah, so I just looked at Xbox One S bundles. If you're willing to go all digital, they got a $200 box. And if you're willing to get one with a game, it's $250. That's not bad.
It's really not bad. It's just, do I want to pay that much money to wait a year? Well, less than 2 years.
Year and a half for the new.
Year and a half.
Yeah, it's to be real, we probably pre-order in the summer, so you're spending the money then. So for real, basically in a year paying for a new box.
Right.
You know.
And 200's a lot. 150 maybe, which is why I was looking at the bundles.
150, I wouldn't even fucking think about it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, cool. Next bonus check, fucking, here you go.
I swear I saw an Xbox One S bundled with Red Dead Redemption 2.
That was, I might be able to find that on Amazon. I'm on a GameStop's website right now, and they have the Fortnite one with the purple controller for $250. The system's purple too.
I don't like Fortnite, but
well, I mean,
still cool.
Purple consoles sell all the Fortnite bonuses.
Sure.
They have Battlefield 5 for a bundle. They got a Division 2 bundle, a Minecraft bundle.
Huh.
What about Amazon? I'm gonna check Amazon. I mean,
while you're doing that,
I mean, if you just want to, if you just want to fucking straight up go get a used Xbox, you can straight up get a used Xbox One 1 terabyte for $180 at GameStop.
That's not too bad.
And if you're willing to go get the fat one, you can get we get it for $180 with 4 games.
Oh, wow.
Granted, they're like old, but still, like.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I think for right now, I'm sticking with Game Pass for PC. Download a few of those games and see how long that lasts me.
I'm not gonna lie, this Gears of War 4 one, that's $250, looks cool enough to where I would almost want to have it just as a display piece.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. All right. Well.
I really enjoyed the conference, and honestly, yeah, it made me look up the price of an Xbox and made me want to support them. But I was kind of hoping for a little more gameplay from some of these games that we've been anticipating, and I was hoping for more info on the new console, though I understand why they didn't quite get into it yet.
Yeah, like, I get why, but it's still a bummer.
It's a bummer. But, Xbox One, they had their own event all to themselves to unveil the name and the console and all that.
And they showed off a lot of cool games, admittedly, and, like, I'm not...
Yeah. Oh, they showed off a ton of cool games.
So yeah. And like, I feel like a lot of these conferences, the point is to get you to go buy a box.
Yeah, I gotta bump my grade up for that reason, and also Keanu Reeves was there.
Yeah, hey.
They got Keanu Reeves in their Cyberpunk game.
Yeah,
well, that's not exclusive, but
see here's a real test for me for how well a console did. It goes the other way. It's like, can you get me not to buy the box? Because I bought an Xbox One X with very little provocation. It took me a full year to buy a Wii U.
Well,
yeah. The real question is, is it bad enough to where I don't want to buy the box?
Right. Well, yeah.
All right, so we got Bethesda. I'm gonna do Bethesda out of order because I don't have anything in order. So this show was fucking boring. It was fucking boring and mostly CG bullshit.
Yeah.
And mobile games, and
I enjoyed some of it.
And, like, every single fucking E3, I'm like, man, why is Bethesda here? They obviously don't have enough shit to show a, 1 hour to 2 hour show. Like, they've had 1 year where it was like Doom, Quake, Wolfenstein, Fallout. Fucking awesome! When you have a lineup like that, fucking yeah, man. But just don't come because you fucking booked a venue for too many years. Because let's look at this shit.
Let's go through, okay? Let's go through line by line.
Fallout 76. They're attempting to fix the tire fire.
They have included human NPCs.
The only thing I can say about this is, like, it's better than what EA is doing with Anthem, which is just suffocating it to death under a pillow.
Well, right. They're working on it. They're trying to fix things, and then they've added a new mode.
Right. And that new mode looked okay.
Yeah. 52 people.
You know,
Battle Royale.
Granted, I will never play it, but still, good thing.
I know some people who enjoy it a lot, and I know they're gonna try and get me to play some more. Sure.
And to be fair, you can find copies of that game. They literally will give you copies of that game at game stores if you ask them. So it shouldn't be a problem, buddy.
Cool.
Yeah, no. I remember playing that game. We did a video on it last year. In fact, it was one of the last videos we did before everything went into Game of the Year awards and then went to shit. And like literally the Xbox One X version did not have a high frame rate option. And even then it had frame rate dips, and sometimes the way the motion in the game worked gave Brandon and I both headaches.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So yeah, Fallout 76, Elder Scrolls Blades is coming to Switch, which
yeah.
Okay. That game is garbage on the phone. I've played it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seemed like it would be cool, but my phone can't handle it, so.
Yeah. Ghostwire, which looks awesome.
Oh, hang on. I just want to go through it all, make sure we did it all. The Elder Scrolls Online, they showed a trailer for their thing. They showed a
very long CG trailer.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no, that was great. Who knows what's actually happening in that?
I get it. That's an MMO genre thing. But on the other side, I'm just like, this is E3, boys.
Can we see something? Yeah. And Legends, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't play Legends.
I don't.
You like card games?
Yeah, I do. I play Hearthstone though.
Oh, okay.
Like every normal person. Rage 2 gets DLC. Nobody gives a shit because that game is just.
I wonder how many people are playing that.
Most people I know played it. Think it's okay.
Well, that's the same thing that happened with Rage, right?
Yeah, Rage at least had the technical merit behind it. I know people who had a real boner for the tech, how impressive the tech was in Rage. Ultra textures.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, this time I don't know. Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah, that game looks cool, and it has the art director behind Okami and Bayonetta on it. But also, hey, it's a CG trailer.
Another CG trailer,
and it's a teaser.
Right. Who knows what that game is?
Yeah, please get fucked. Immediately. So yeah, just ugh.
Seems interesting. I'll wait for the trailer or the trailer to gameplay and what that game actually is. But yeah.
So yeah. Anyway.
Next game.
Next game is Deathloop from the fine folks that make Dishonored.
Yeah.
It's very minimal gameplay, I believe. Gameplay-esque. Seems fine.
I'm interested in what it is, but I would like to see more of it because it was mostly cutscene, if not. Or CG, whatever.
Wolfenstein Youngblood looks awesome. Wolfenstein Cyberpilot looks stupid. Yeah.
Having never played any VR thing outside of the distance demo I got at PAX, it's another one of those things where it seems like you sit stationary and kind of shoot at things.
Yep. So much VR stuff is.
It's fine.
It's fine-ish. So.
Yep.
Anyway, we got going forward. We got Commander Keen, which
Commander Keen.
When they first showed that off, I was like, "Oh, are we getting a new? What was that fucking terrible 2D MOBA I reviewed? Awesome Knots."
Oh.
I was my first thought was, we're getting a new Awesome Knots? And then, they said Commander Keen, and I'm like, bitch, no one here under 35 knows what Commander Keen is.
Yeah, but those people over 35 do.
And they even thought, because we were because I listened to a few of those people, and even they were like, okay.
Well, right, yeah, it seemed to be trying to steer them. Like it seems like a game that was born out of, we know people who played Commander Keen originally are parents now, and they might buy this game for their kid.
And it's a phone game.
And it's a phone game.
Because Bethesda is fucking obsessed with phone games.
That's where the kids are.
You know what? Nah, not really.
No?
Because like, I have younger cousins. You know what they have? They have a PS4.
Sure.
And you want to know what? You want to know what fucking? You want to know what else? And like, my mother is that casual gamer. You know what she has? She has a 360 with a bunch of shit downloaded onto it.
Well, yeah. I don't know what the case is for everyone else.
So yeah, I just don't know who this is for or why you would be excited, other than like, oh, nostalgia.
I mean, if they're still doing it, they must be seeing something in their data.
I mean, they also said Elder Scrolls Blades would be okay, but you know, whatever.
They're still supporting it.
I think this is a studio that's just spread through too thin.
That is entirely possible.
Like, that's what it feels like. Because, like, it used to be like... Because, like, I feel like you could honestly trim this lineup down to, like, Wolfenstein, Doom, the DLC for all these games, and that's it. Because you have to remember, they're also working on Elder Scrolls 6 right now, and then that other game they showed last year. Their other next-gen experience.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck is managing all this shit? What is Todd Howard doing?
He's preparing 11 months for the E3 conference.
Like, okay, so right now, that means they're supporting Fallout 76. They're supporting the VR version of all their old games. I'll count that as one project. They're doing Elder Scrolls Blades. They're doing their fucking card game. They're doing Elder Scrolls Online. They're doing Quake. They're doing Rage. They're doing Deathloop. They're doing the Switch port of Blades. They're doing Commander Keen, Ghostwire, and Doom 2, along with their other 2 new projects. They are working on 14 fucking projects at once.
Yeah. I don't know how many people are on that team.
Like, I'm sure some of these teams... Oh, also, they still have to run Fallout Shelter and, like, all their other online bullshit, so, like, 15. Yep. Now, here's the thing. Some of these are, like... I imagine Commander Keen is, like, a 10-person dev team. Like, okay, like, fine. Like, it's, like, 10 dudes, fine. But, like, how many fucking people are working on Elder Scrolls 6?
I wonder, man.
And because all these other projects are happening before Elder Scrolls 6, how many people do you think are getting pulled to go work on, like, Rage 2 instead of Elder Scrolls 6? Or maybe Rage 2 could have been a better game if like, they had more resources not going to Doom and Elder Scrolls. Like, it's a weird thing.
Rage 2 is I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there. I know that a lot of the games that they're making are still at least decent enough to... Right. They don't have to tear things down just yet. Now, if they have a couple more Fallout 76s and other projects, let me tell you.
Yeah, that's things start looking bad.
Yes. And as they spread themselves this way, if they're not careful managing it, that may very well happen. But...
we'll see how it pans out. Like, because, like, dude, I don't. They own id now, and that is a scary prospect.
Sure.
So they showed off Orion in the most boring CES middleware demo of all time. Literally, my girlfriend had to wake me up twice during it.
Did you see the frame rate was good on that phone thing?
Yeah, it always is.
Yeah.
It never fucking is in practice. You want to know why? Because on 4G connection isn't fucking stable. And even on a Wi-Fi connection, well, if I'm in a place that has Wi-Fi, to play a fucking video game like that, why wouldn't I just play it on my laptop?
Sure.
Or if I don't have a laptop, my fucking Switch. You know, if I'm that concerned about playing a fucking video game on the go.
I don't know.
It's dumb. I'm so tired of them trying to just ram streaming down our fucking face. Fuck off. You know what? I play fighting games. It can't happen.
Well, okay, it can't happen with fighting games. No.
There's too, and shooters, and most platformers. And you're telling me you want to bring that shit to Doom?
Okay, so if they can get it to 60 frames per second.
Even then, because there's the fucking delay. Like PlayStation Now runs plenty of games at 60. There is just the inherent delay of I press a button, that press has to go to server, server has to come back and tell me reaction.
Yep.
There is some amount of delay with that.
Do you think they'll ever get the technology to cut that down to...
So the best we have right now in the fighting game community is 1 to 2 frames. So if they could somehow get it below 1 frame, then yes.
If there could be no delay, that would be great.
Because fighting games have built-in frames of lag. So the average fighting game has 3 frames of lag built in because of your TV and your button setup and your console.
Interesting.
And then you add in the lag from whatever fucking system this is, and it makes it wonky and shitty. And then if, God forbid, you play online, which typically adds another 3 to 4 frames of lag.
Right.
And in worst case scenario, 8 frames of lag.
Well, so I guess what I'm getting at is if they start this project in the hopes of eventually solving these issues, do you think it's worth it?
I think that if they're the person who fucking solves the issue, yes. Because then they are officially the one streaming platform that is worth buying.
Okay.
Because then they are the fucking Netflix of video games. Because, oh shit, I press a button and this game happens.
But on a percentage scale, what do you think the chances are of them pulling that off in the near future?
What do we qualify as the near future?
Let's say 5 years.
5%.
Okay.
And also, it's also dependent upon, internet.
Yeah.
My house maybe is, okay. Nick, Nick, a friend of ours down in LA, his is perfect.
Sure.
200 down, 200 up,
ugh.
Yeah, dude, no problem. But, the thing is though, all this shit is, built around, mine would be considered middle end. And it's 100 down, 10 up as, the middle end. Yeah, that's maybe the case in fucking Japan. And,
right.
Parts of Europe. But, let me tell you about a friend of mine named Brittany Parks out in Oklahoma where 50 down is amazing to them.
Man, I'm on 12 down right now.
Dude, what the fuck? What do you pay per month for internet? $1?
You don't want to know. Living in deep downtown sucks when you're poor.
Ugh, dude, I can't, because I pay 70.
I pay less than that, but not by much.
Wow, okay, well.
Yeah, no, I need to move out of the city. I like the city, but...
I'm currently looking at places in Auburn. Let me know, homie.
Okay.
So, yeah. Anyway, the last piece of news, Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
It looks fucking incredible.
That is a good game to end on.
They added that dash ability, that fucking shoulder ability, holy shit. My god.
I'm very excited to play it, and it makes me want to play the first new Doom.
I did a Let's Play of that last year with Ray.
Yeah.
And I also had beat it myself last year. I I might do another run though because of this, because it's a fun game to go through again. It's short. I also got to say that it looks like a perfect sequel. Like they're just expanding on the cool shit about Doom. Visually, it looks like it really pops. Of course, gonna get that PC version. I got that 144 hertz monitor. We're all ready for it. And they announced a collector's edition, which this might be the first non-Warcraft collector's edition I buy in years. Because they got that helmet, they got the Doomslayer helmet, they got the Art of Doom, they got the Dermaturn soundtrack, they got... Alright, so this actually, they give me a full list. The PC version of the game will come with a printed code, a deluxe edition of Doom Eternal in a steelbook case, custom designed by a graphic designer, a full-size wearable Doom Slayer helmet replica, a playable cassette tape, plus download codes for lossless digital copies of Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal soundtracks.
God damn.
A Doom lore book with custom artwork by id Software. One gift of the Argent Power 11x17 lithograph.
What? Wow.
And it's $200.
Ooh.
That's a steep price, but fucking ace.
If you're a fan, I get it.
That was one of my top 2 games of the year that year. So, yeah, man, I'm really Quinn put our friend Quinn put it pretty perfectly to me when it was when he posted on Facebook. When they post on Facebook, show Doom and fuck off. Like that, like never have I seen, oh god, like never have I seen like a more perfect encapsulation, if a little vulgar, of like what people want.
Like, okay, the new Wolfenstein looks fun.
Yeah, it looks fine, but like nothing there was like there's nothing there that you couldn't have gotten into someone else's press conference besides Doom.
Sure.
Like you could have easily shown that fucking Wolfenstein shit at Microsoft. It would have been fine.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit about that mobile garbage. People who are into ESO already know what ESO is and are playing it.
Yeah.
It's like the WoW thing. Like, you're either here or you're not. Sorry, guys.
Right.
You know, like, also, the fact that the Doomslayer helmet is wearable.
Well, you better be... Well, you know, they got to get streamers on camera with it.
I'm going to go to work with that.
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing. If I put it on and I can put my headset on under it and take calls and sell insurance, I don't think it's against dress code. I
don't think that dress code could have ever imagined such possibilities.
I want to go into a disciplinary meeting and I'm like, where does the dress code say I can't wear a Space Marine helmet?
You just have the handbook with like that section highlighted, ready to go when they walk up to your desk. Mr. Fiore, no, look right here. You wrote this. I'm within guidelines.
Yep. And then I get to be the guy who has a rule in the handbook.
The Fiore rule.
The no Space Marine helmet rule. I don't. Ray applied. I actually had a story for you about a McDonald's that Ray applied to when he was broke. He was looking for jobs to supplement his income back in the day, and he went to McDonald's. He worked a day at McDonald's during his orientation. They're like, know this, know that, know that stuff. And one of them was like, no shuriken, no fucking ninja, like the fucking baton thing they use. A bunch of different ninja weapons. And I'm like, Ray tells me this shit, and I'm like, the fuck, they get robbed by the Ninja Turtles? There's one person somewhere along that McDonald's history that rewrote the rules for that purpose. And let's just all pray we never run into them. Okay. Alright, so that was... Yeah, if I'm
looking through.
Yeah, so...
They had to have a place where they could talk about Fallout 76 because it had to be publicly addressed.
Of what it was.
Because of what it was and how they're trying to fix it.
I got tweeted this from my comments about Bethesda. We admit Fallout 76 was shit, but you helped make it better. Kind of sad that the gaming community makes games better than the company selling it. It was nice to know they admitted to it, though.
Well, I think they handled that fairly well.
Yeah, once again, it is better than EA just trying to bury the corpse as fast as possible and say, oh no, BioWare's fine, we're just sending him to live on a farm.
Yep. And then, the last thing I want to say is I think both Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop look interesting, and I'd like to look into those more, but I'd like to see the game.
But yeah, the problem with those, once again, in my mind, is just those are both trailers they just could have thrown out on the fucking internet.
Yep. And
not have me watch it, not have me waste 2 hours of my life.
Well, again, I feel like you could say that about anything in a press conference. We could all be Nintendo directing these.
There's an idea.
Well, I honestly think that's where we're headed.
Yeah, no. So, sorry, everyone, whoever got to see a little bit of my Facebook feed from getting those quotes for you.
I blur that out.
Yeah. So, that was I give them a C-, and purely on the back of fucking Doom. That's how good Doom looked. Carries an F to a C-.
I'll give him a C+.
Okay.
Because there was some stuff that I liked in there, but
so we got some news. Breaking. It broke right before we started recording this shit.
Yeah, what's going on?
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
What? Bronson, that's not. I hate to break this to you. That's not breaking news.
Final Fantasy VII Remake had a Final Fantasy VII concert in Los Angeles. Square Enix at the end came out and showed a teaser trailer for the remake, and then announced the first episode, because it's an episodic game, remember?
Right.
Will be out March 3rd of next year.
Really?
Confirming PS4 exclusive at release, but timed overall. Stay tuned for more during their Square Enix press conference tomorrow, which we'll overview Tuesday night / probably posting Wednesday, in all honesty.
Yep.
Because these are 3-hour long files, homie, and I get 20 meg up. Right. So, free at last.
There is an end.
And Shenmue 3 is out this year.
That's right.
I feel that a curse over the game industry is slowly being lifted.
I think it started with Duke Nukem Forever, and then it started slowly dripping out with Last Guardian, and now it's starting to finally, things are settling.
And it ends with Half-Life 3 in 2021.
That's a nice thought.
Cool, awesome. Well, I was going to talk more about Square Enix in 2 days, but this is breaking news, and everyone was kind of losing their shit over it on Twitter, so... that's about it, man.
So I think day of this podcast getting uploaded, I'm guessing, is the Nintendo conference?
It will be Monday or Tuesday. It honestly just kind of depends on my internet and getting into everything.
Okay, but the Nintendo's Monday.
No, Nintendo's Tuesday.
Nintendo Tuesday. What's Monday?
Square.
Just Square?
I think it's just Square. Let me check. Yeah.
Tap, 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 tap.
Click, 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 click.
Yep.
Moon Day is PC Gaming, Limited Run Games, Ubisoft, Kinda Funny, and Square. I'm going to say our version of that is probably just going to be Square.
Yeah.
I personally might tune into Kind of Funny and tell you if there's anything worthwhile. But Square is what I'll be watching. It's 6 p.m. Pacific. I'll be watching a rerun after work. And Nintendo is 9 p.m. Tuesday. So we'll be doing Square and Nintendo. We'll be recording Tuesday night, posting Wednesday or Thursday.
Nintendo conference 9 p.m. or 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Okay.
Which great. I'll be at work, so I'll probably have to watch it on my lunch break. Yep. So far, we know Link's Awakening remake is going to be a big deal because that is what is on the E3 lanyard this year. So yeah.
Well, I think that was my first Zelda game.
I think mine was either that or Ocarina.
Okay.
Anyway, y'all, that's a hell of a show.
We're halfway through E3.
We are halfway through an E3. We birthed an E3 today.
It is still being birthed. We are mid. We are screaming. We are asking for more morphine. Please, God, make it stop.
All right. Well, 2-hour show, man. I'm glad to be back in. Obviously, we don't have any comments, questions, or anything to throw up, but yeah, whatever. We're back.
We're here. We're doing it.
Back in the saddle again. All right, later, duders.
All right.
Have an excellent night and a great E3.
Have a good one, you guys.
Bye.